Hello, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards. This is a card we're going to be making today. I'm using the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. Now, let me tell you what else we're using to make this card. It's just a old open like this. I'm going to be using the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder for this piece here. I'm going to be using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, the largest of the rectangles. The flowering blooms, I'm going to use on this card. I'm going to use the flower, make it a thank you card, and I move beyond words on the inside. And then we're going to die cut it with the dies that coordinate, the flowering dies. And then I'm going to use the butterfly on the butterfly wishes. And for this card I used birthday wishes and love to celebrate you. Those are the sentiments I used on this card. So let's put the card together, and then I'm going to show you how I colored the card. I've got one ready to color. And I'm going to use blends to color it. So let's put the card together first. Because I've already got a flower ready, and at the end I will show you how I colored this flower. So let's put the pieces together. Got everything ready, it just has to be glued on. So we'll start with the front panel right here. This is mint macaron. The card base is smoky slate. And all the sizes and dimensions will be on my blog. You can just click the little down arrow and that'll take you to my blog where you'll find all the sizes and dimensions for this card. So we're going to put this here on this panel. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and glue the basic white to the smoky slate piece. I already stamped the sentiment on here, so I make sure you got it straight. Do that, and then set that aside. Open this up, and I've got a piece of the butterfly paper, DSP, and we're going to glue it. What I want is it right next to that fold, just like that. Okay, so we'll glue that on there. So I can get it in the right position. So as close to that fold as you can get it, and have it even on this side. Just like so. Kind of line it up so that your mint macaron and your DSP are lined up. Like so. Okay. Open it up. Take your white panel, your basic white. And these pieces are 2 1/8 by 5 1/4. They're the same size. We're going to put this right next to that Designer Series paper. If you can get it right next to it. You can kind of put it, might have to slip it under there. Probably should have put it on first. I don't want it right on top of my fold. Just like so. Get that off of there. You don't want that showing. Get that off. Maybe just tuck it under. There. Gone. What I wanted is this when this shuts so you can't see the white. Okay. Then we're going to take these two strips, and they are 5 1/4 by 7/8, and we're just going to glue them side by side here. This is the back side of this were the butterflies that I die cut out. And this is the strip that was the strips that were left over. I just couldn't bear to cut this all up. So we're going to line that up just like so. And then put this piece on. This probably isn't a necessary thing to put on here. I just liked it. So we're going to leave a space in between those two strips. Just like so. Okay. Now the inside's done. Just like that. Now let's work on this. What I'm going to do with this is glue it to the left side here, and only glue on half of it. So you got to be careful you don't get it go over. Just like so. Okay. And you're just going to lay that on there just like that. Look at the other side, make sure you, well, I've got glue, so don't want any glue to where it's going to glue your card shut. So if you've got glue oozing out, just take a paper towel and just wipe it, because you don't want that glue going over. Just like so. Okay. And then I put some twine on here, or baker's twine, and I just had this here in my stash of stuff, but you could use this snail twine that's in the mini catalog on page 55. There's a combo. I didn't have this, so I used what I had. And I just slipped it through there and tied a bow. And then I put Stampin' dimensionals on the back of this, because I wanted this to be popped up. You probably don't need this many, it's just how many I used. Yeah. And I just kind of arrange it so that you can see your sentiment. You don't want to cover that up. Just like so. And that's the card. Now let me show you how I colored that flower. I took my mint macaron, and the first thing I did was color the leaves. And it's do a very light touch. Just like so. So I colored all my leaves first. Just like that. Okay? And I didn't do any shading with the green. I just used the, this is dark mint macaron. Then I took my light Flirty Flamingo, and I colored all the flowers with this color. So I just colored them in, just like so. It's usually easier to do this one before you die cut it. So once you color all the flowers, the petals, there's one flower, one bud. Once you color these in, I'm just going to color them solid. If you go outside the lines, you can take your color lifter, which that's what this is. No, that's not my color lifter. Ugh. Oh, here's my color lifter. I was going to say that will just give me some more color, and that's not what I want. So you just kind of push the color towards the flower, just like that, if you go outside the lines. Okay, so let's get this colored in. I usually color pretty slowly, but I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me color. So now that that's colored in, then you're going to take your dark Flirty Flamingo, and you're just going to go like this. I'm getting all my lids mixed up. Do you see that? There. Don't want them mixed up. Okay, you're going to go like this. Just kind of make lines. See where the lines are on the flower? Just kind of follow those lines. And that's where you're going to put the dark Flirty Flamingo. Just like that. And all the petals. Down in here. Leave some light. You don't want the whole thing dark. It defeats your purpose of the shading. So wherever you see the dark shading, or the lines, that's where you're going to put your dark Flirty Flamingo. Just like that. And once you do all that, then you're going to go back over it with the light. Just like that. Okay. So then you're going to take your light, whichever end works best for you, and you're just going to color it, blend it like this. The whole flower. And once you do that, then you're going to take the Cocoa Rose, and you're going to add some Cocoa Rose. Get this all blended in. Okay. And then I took the Rococo Rose and did the same thing. I just kind of a little bit less of it, but I put some on here. On those lines, kind of down in the dark area. This probably wasn't really necessary. I just wanted a little bit more pink. So I did this. Down inside the really dark areas. Just like that. Okay. And then I took this again, took the other end, and just kind of colored over the top of that. Just like that. Try to blend it some more. You can use whichever end you like. I just used this end because it seemed to have more ink in there. It's possible I need to replace my Flirty Flamingo. But that's pretty much how I did that. Oops, didn't blend this one. So that Rococo Rose gave it some more pink tone to it. Any places you see where it bugs you that you went outside the lines, just use a little bit of color lifter on there. That should take it off. And then you can finish coloring with the leaves. Like I said, all you're doing is just, you're not shading the leaves, you're just putting the green on it. Looks like so. And once you do that, then your flower is ready to add to your card. What do you think? Do you like this color combination? Anyway, that's the card. I'm going to set that aside. I'll finish it later. So you've got a happy birthday card and a thank you card. Oh, forgot one thing. My champagne rhinestones. Don't want to forget those. Put some of those on there. Add a little sparkle to your card. Like so. And like I said, the sizes and dimensions will be on my blog, and you can find that in the little down arrow. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these things, you can go to my online store, and you can get to that at the down arrow or on my blog. And there's a host code, so be sure and read everything that I have down there at the down arrow, how to use the host code. If you're interested in signing up as a demonstrator, I'd be happy to have you on my team. So I hope you like this card. You have a blessed day and have fun stamping.